What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you these two Polaroid transitions on Funimate without Pro. But before we get started, on my last video, if you stayed till the end, I had you comment a moon emoji with your Funimate username by it, and these are the people that did that, so shout out to you guys. So shout out to Lovely Momo, Eve J11, Sign Saljak Dot, Pride ZLP, The Sharbino Fam 06, Sway Vibes, RR8_8, and Bonnie Queen. So shout out to you guys, but without further ado, let's get started. So on Funimate, I will be using my second account, Ariane Kyle, since this is without Pro, but if you don't know, my main account is Ariane. As an example, I used Charlie's photos and I got them from her Instagram account. To start off our transition, I used a white background as a background, and I extended the duration to a 4. Then the first thing we do is go to PixArt and edit a photo of Charlie. Then click on Add Photo and pick your photo. Then the next thing you're going to do is go to Stickers and look up Polaroid frame. I picked this white frame over here. Then adjust it so that it fits the whole image like this. When you're done, click on Apply, then click Next, save your photo and download it. But then you want to go back and edit another photo of Charlie and just do the same thing you did as the first one. When you're done, we are going to edit 2 more photos of Charlie, so I went to my photos and I picked this one, then I clicked edit and I changed the filter to a black and white one. But if you don't have an iPhone, you can just go to PixArt and change the filter there. Then let's start editing on Funimate. So you want to click on plus, click image, and you want to click one of the black and white ones that you just edited. Click on that plus sign again, and you want to get one of your Polaroid ones. Then click on Animate, Custom, and for position, we want to place it in the corner as a starting point, and for your second starting point, you want to drag it to the middle. And for a keyframe, I used this bent one, and it should look like this. Then you want to click on Rotate, and for our first starting point, we want it at 21 degrees, and for our second one, we want it back at 0 or -1, somewhere around there. Next, we are going to animate the black and white photo, so click on Animate and then Custom, and for position, you want to have your first starting point over here, and your second starting point, you want to drag it down. And for our keyframe, we are going to use this opposite bent one. After that, you want to click on the plus sign, click on image, and you want to get your other black and white photo. Then expand it so it fills the whole page. We want it to start at the top, so we are going to drag it up there. So just when the first black and white photo starts going down, that's when we want the second black and white photos to start going down as well. I'm on Animate and Position, then I added my first starting point, and as for my second starting point, I dragged it down. And for a keyframe, I used this bent one. So then it should look like this. But over here, notice how the Polaroid isn't on top of it, so we are going to drag that down. Now the Polaroid is both on top of them. Then click on the plus sign, add image, and we are going to add our second Polaroid. Then you want to perfectly match it with the first Polaroid. Well, not perfectly, but somehow close. Then click the plus sign, click shape, and you want to pick the square one on black. You want to expand it so that it fills the whole page, and you want to drag it down to start it off. Then click on Animate, click your first starting point, and for your second starting point, you want it all the way up like that. And for a keyframe, you want to use that bent one. So then it should look like this. And that's how you do that transition. Onto our second one. So the first thing we're going to do is go to PixArt. Once you're on here, you want to get a transparent background. Then click on sticker and look up Polaroid frame. I'm just going to use the same Polaroid frame as I did on the first transition. Then you want to click next and save that sticker. Then you want to go back and we are going to edit another photo of Charlie in that Polaroid frame. Once you're done, go back to Funimate, click on the plus, add image, and we are going to add a black and white photo first. As you can see, I just used the same image as I did on the first transition. For your animation, let's go to scale, and for your first starting point, we want it to start big, and for the second starting point, we want it at normal size. And for keyframe, use that half bent, and it should look like this. Now click on that plus sign, add image, and we are going to add a picture of Charlie, just a normal one without a Polaroid. Then you want to click on animate, custom, and scale, and for your first starting point, we want it at normal size like this, and for the second point, we want it like this. Now for keyframe, we are going to use that bent one, and it should look like this. After that, click on that plus sign, add image, and we are going to add this empty Polaroid one, and we are going to make it fit like that. Then you want to click on animate, custom, and for your scale, we want it big for your first starting point, and for your second starting point, we want it like that. Once you're done with that, let's go back to the colored picture of Charlie, then go to animate and position, and for your first starting point, we want it to start right there, and for the second point, we want it dragged to the right. For keyframe, we are going to use this opposite bent one, and now it should look like this. Then click on the plus sign, add image, and we are going to add a second image of Charlie. And we want it behind the Polaroid, so I dragged that down. We want it on the left, so we are going to put that there. Then click on animate, custom, and add your first starting point, and for your second starting point, we want it back in the middle so that it fits inside the Polaroid. For keyframe, we are going to use this bent one. And it should look like this. Then click on that plus again and add image. Then we're going to use one of the Polaroid ones we edited of Charlie from the first example, and we are going to place it right there. Then click on animate, custom, and scale, and for your first starting point, we want it to start big, and for your second point, we want it back at normal. For keyframe, we are going to use this bent one, and it should look like this. Once you're done with scale, let's go to opacity, and for your first point, we want it at 0, and for your second one, we want it back at 100. Next, click on that plus sign again, add image, and we're going to use another Polaroid one of Charlie, and I have this one, and we are going to place it right there. Go to animate, and we are going to do the same thing we did as the other Polaroid. Then lastly, we are going to add a square shape. Then you want to expand it so that it fills the whole page. Then you want to go to animate, custom, and then opacity. Then add your first point at 100, your second point at 0, your third point at 100, and your fourth at 0. So it alternates starting at 100, ending with a 0. Now it should look like this. And that is it for today's video. I really hope you guys like my Polaroid transition ideas. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. And also, thank you guys so much for 9,500 subscribers on YouTube, 5 more hundred until 10K and my big contest. And the contest is going to be an editing contest. I can't wait for that, so yeah. But if you do want a shout out on my next video, comment a monkey emoji with your Funimate username by it. So have a good day or night, wherever you are.